And there's a coda, if you will, an epilogue, that has happened since I wrote the book. There was no way to know it at the time. But in the book, I mention the fate of a man named John Punch. John Punch was an African descendant who was an indentured servant working on a tobacco plantation in Jamestown in 1640, when he fled his plantation with 2 indentured servants who were Dutch. These 3 fugitives came to Maryland. They came here. They were found, captured, and returned to Jamestown, where all 3 were sentenced to 30 lashes at the stake. Except that there was a special additional punishment issued to Mr. Punch. He was also given life servitude. Now, it was pretty common in those times, if I were an indentured servant and I escaped and were caught, to begin my period of indentured servitude over again or to add some period of time to it. But never before had anybody been given lifetime servitude as a punishment. So John Punch becomes the first slave of record in the United States, or in America. But the story doesn't end there. John Punch, as it turns out, is a distant ancestor of the mother of Barack Obama. We know this because Ancestry.com did the research on this, looked into her background. John Punch's offspring left Virginia and moved west. And eventually, one of them married Barack Obama's mother. So Ancestry.com verified this using DNA evidence, and they then talked to scholars of American slavery, historians, who all said, it's plausible. Now, do we know it for sure? I don't know, but based on what I know, based on what I've read about Ancestry.com's research, the DNA research, and what noted scholars have said, it's plausible and perhaps true. So you have to ask yourself, this is a story no scriptwriter in Hollywood could have made up. Nobody would produce that movie because they'd say, that's crazy. But we have to ask ourselves a simple question. It does appear from the historical, the scientific, the ancestral, and the DNA evidence, it does appear that if the first slave in American history had not survived, the first African-American president would never have been born. That is the miracle of our own history as a nation, and that story unfolded along the banks of the James. When I get to update this book, you can better believe it's going to be in there.